A legal challenge of Oklahoma's ban on same-sex marriage by two Tulsa women may settle the issue throughout the U.S. Partners Mary Bishop and Sharon Baldwin want the right to marry in Oklahoma and have their union recognized in all states. After several years of legal battles, the Oklahoma case may be headed to the United States Supreme Court.
It is a great day to be in Oklahoma!
At Tulsa's Oklahoma Equality Center, people from all walks of life gathered to celebrate the decision by the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver that upheld a ruling by Oklahoma federal judge Terrence Kern. In January, he ruled that Oklahoma's ban on same-sex marriage was unconstitutional.
So the 10th Circuit said that Judge Kern knew what he was talking about, so give Judge Kern a big amen. And Judge Kern said these gals knew what they were talking about, so give them a big shout out.
10 years ago, longtime partners Mary Bishop and Sharon Baldwin filed a lawsuit to overturn state law, which defines marriage as the union of one man and one woman.
We've continued to see this through because we want all of you to have the right to be married to the one you love and to have your marriages from elsewhere recognized, because we're all Oklahomans, we're all Americans, and we all ought to have the same rights no matter where we go.
For them, their supporters, and attorneys, the case is a civil rights issue. Scott Hamilton is the executive director of Oklahoma City's Cimarron Alliance Equality Center.
This is a clear-cut example of the fact that our nation was built on a Constitution. And it's the Constitution that speaks louder than any of the people in Oklahoma or our nation.
Others in the state don't see it that way. The Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma represents 650,000 people who are Southern Baptists. Brian Hobbs is the Director of Communications for the convention.
If not surprising, it is disappointing. The Southern Baptist view and belief about marriage as between one man and one woman is long held. It is based on our convictions from the Bible. And so we're watching and prayerful as the case, or one like it, possibly goes to the highest court in the land. And regardless of any court outcomes, we're going to continue to try to build a positive culture of marriage in this state and within our churches.
But clergy from some other faiths are celebrating the ruling.
But there are people of faith that are ready and willing to perform same-gender marriages as soon as the government of Oklahoma will get out of the way and allow us to do it.
Governor Mary Fallin says she is disappointed in the court's decision.
I think when the people of Oklahoma vote for a particular issue, we ought to have the right as a state to be able to cast a vote and express our opinion on public policy. But it's another example of federal bureaucracy and the court system intruding upon states' rights to be able to determine their own issue.
States don't have rights the same way that individuals do and must. And so to fall back on what's now a very tired argument that this tramples on states' rights. What about the rights of the individual men and women that have been ignored for so long in the history of this state and in this country?
Joe Ty was one of the lead attorneys for the Tulsa couple.
On a constitutional level, we cannot deny the fundamental right to marry to same-sex couples any more than we can deny the fundamental right to marry to interracial couples.
His colleague, attorney Mike Redman, says in the coming months, more hard work is before them.
The 10th Circuit ruled in favor of marriage equality. Don't start making wedding plans yet. We are not quite done on this long journey. It's a step forward, but it's not the final step. We have finished 2 acts of a 3-act play, and the final act is going to occur in the United States Supreme Court.
The Arizona-based legal ministry, Alliance Defending Freedom, is handling the case pro bono for Tulsa County District Attorney Tim Harris. Harris represents Tulsa County Court Clerk Sally House Smith, who was named the defendant in the case after she refused to grant a marriage license to Bishop and Baldwin. A spokesperson for the Alliance says attorneys are still weighing options and haven't decided whether to appeal the 10th Circuit decision.
If they do not petition within 90 days, or if the Supreme Court declines their petition, then that's it, game over. Our clients and other gay and lesbian couples can start getting married in Oklahoma regardless of what happens across the country.
If the alliance does appeal, the Supreme Court justices may decide to hear the Oklahoma case or one with similar facts from another state. It's believed the Supreme Court will issue a final decision on the issue of same-sex marriage once the next court session ends June 30th, 2015.